you're on, go ahead.
All right, we will call the meeting to order. Jen, would you take the roll, please?
Commissioner Corbin.
Here.
Commissioner Johnson. Commissioner Waldner. Commissioner Thurl.
Here.
And Mayor Lindsay.
Here. You have before you the agenda for this evening. There are a couple adjustments in that. Rory Maynard, Executive Director from LEIC, is rescheduled. Todd Kays from Watertown has also rescheduled. And then I'd like, motion or acknowledgement not to move the building permit into the consent calendar. And with that, do we have...
I'll make a motion to amend the agenda by moving building permits into the consent calendar.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Okay. Motion carries. Now, do we have a
Do you want a motion to adopt the modified agenda?
modified agenda?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Acknowledge the application for a temporary alcohol license and set a date of hearing for the Madison Fire Department dance, which is scheduled for April 7th. And the date of hearing would be 3/19 at 5:35 p.m. or as close as possible to that. I don't see Randy here, but
Oh, we can speak about it further at the
Sure.
hearing, so.
Yep. So
That was my request, is that he be here the night of the hearing, please.
yes.
Yep.
So do we have a motion to acknowledge and set the date of hearing?
I'll make a motion we acknowledge and set the date of hearing,
March 19th.
March 19th, 2018,
5:35.
for
Yep.
5:35 for the Madison Fire Department.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Acknowledge the 2017 annual report. And I'll ask Jen to address this.
Okay. Wait on just a minute. Okay, you have as part of your packet this evening, gentlemen, the 3-page report, the 3-page annual report that we are required to publish. So you will see this in Thursday night's paper. This is a very brief synopsis of the entire annual report, which I have here. The first part of this 3-page document are your governmental funds, noted on the modified accrual basis. So you'll see here page 1, you start with your beginning balances, add in all of your revenues to get to the bottom there, your total revenue and other sources. You'll see, we'll detail property taxes, sales and use taxes, along with federal grants. Lots of numbers here. We'll detail these next week. I'm already working on a PowerPoint presentation, and next week we will detail the governmental funds. So I'm going to go through this pretty quickly tonight in anticipation of next week. So again, your first page there are your governmental funds, your revenues. Second page details your expenditures. Also next week we'll go through those in detail. But you'll see your different departments there, your finance, police, fire, highway, streets. Along with about midway down in that paragraph, you'll see your transfers in and out. The transfers we do between the funds to support funds, to transfer money back and forth in between funds. And then finally there, that last section are your ending balances, your fund balances, broken out as per GASB standards into the non-spendable, restricted, committed, assigned, and unassigned. So again, the first 2 pages are your governmental funds. Flip with me to the 3rd page, which are your proprietary funds, which are on an accrual basis as opposed to a modified accrual basis. Very little detail here. You just get your beginning balance. You add in your revenues as a lump sum, also your expenditures as a lump sum. Once again, your transfers in and out, and then lastly, your ending balances, again broken down per GASB standards. You have a line there that details out the long-term debt. We'll also get into that more closely. And finally there, you've got a list of your depositories and the dollars that we have in each depository. So again, tonight, just a very quick synopsis, and we would ask for an acknowledgement in the next couple of weeks. Then we'll detail the governmental funds, the long-term debts, and then also your proprietary funds.
I guess I coordinate with the finance officer pretty closely on the utilities, and it all looks like it should.
You
Very
look
nice
close.
report.
We'll get into it, but you look closely, we did a heck of a job budgeting, revenue-wise, and
We are getting really good at
we
it.
are, with Corbett, utilities especially, we did a heck of a job.
All right. Other questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion to acknowledge?
I'll make a motion we acknowledge the 2017 annual report.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Is there anything anyone wants removed from the consent calendar?
Move to approve the consent calendar.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Seeing no old business, under new business, authorize the purchase of the door entry equipment, automatic security. Jory, would you like to address this?
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. For those of you who don't know me, my name is George Kinsman. I am the Recreation Coordinator here with the City of Madison. The proposal we have before you tonight is a proposal to put a key fob access onto the City Armory building, similar to one that is on buildings such as any of the Madison Central School District buildings, or the studio upstairs buildings such as that, so that we can better control who is gaining access to the facility at certain times of the day. Basically, keeping people out that should not be able to have access to that building, as well as keeping damage to a minimum from people and just being able to go in and do as they please. There are two parts to the proposal. The top part is the option that they gave us with a camera option. We did not feel in the park board meeting that that option was necessary at this time. It is an add-on that we can pursue further at another time if you would choose to delay it now, or if you would choose to go through with it now. That option includes a set of cameras, all of the different channel operations that we would need, as well as a 21-inch monitor that can be housed inside the facility over across the alley here. That option would be the $2,282.93 as posted above. The one that we do look to pursue is the door entry reading system, the Prox reader, package of 50 proxies, automatic security tools, so we can have up to 2,000 keys fobs on each channel. So obviously more than we're ever probably going to need, but just plenty of them. And then the standby power and all the different supplies that we need to maintain function throughout the process. Automatic security came up on the 6th of February. Met with myself, Mike McGilvery, and Roy Brown from City Electric, or Madison Electric Department, and went over all the things that we can use. So Roy Brown will be the electrician on the job. They are allowing us to contract that through them. There is a little bit more cost that is not listed on there, so I believe it's around $220 that you would need. So the total with everything would be $2,479.95. And I am available for any other questions.
This bottom one here is going to be 2,400.
Yep, that'll be $2,479.95 with the things that Roy needs to complete the project.
And the top one is going to be 2,282 with 2 cameras.
That is just the camera access part. That would not include a fob access. That is just what that equipment costs.
And so what the park board is actually asking for is the bottom portion.
Yes.
Okay.
So the
And-
top part
and
was in addition to
currently-
the bottom?
So, yeah, the top part is an additional
Yes.
And
cost
it's,
to,
it's still accessible, isn't it?
it would still be accessible, yes, it
Yes.
can be.
For some reason, we decided we
Yes.
wanted to move that.
Say that we go through this process and it's not working up to the level that we would like it to, or we would still like to be able to see out into the lobby or across the court, the armory, down the hall into the emergency storm exit, we are able to add those on as well.
So currently, this year would be basically door entry control,
Yes.
and that without visual observation,
Yes.
you know,
This is just-
of the interior of the armory.
This is just to allow us to control who has access to the building and when they have access.
And I think everyone's pretty well aware in that, you know, and Kelly's discussed it with the park board and that we have no idea how many keys are out there, you know? So what we do know is that various times of the days and the nights and that, you can drive by and there are kids in there playing.
I drove
No
by
adults
the
around,
armory.
but there's kids in there playing.
I drove by the armory Friday night around 10:30, and there was people in the armory playing basketball.
And there has been damage done, you know, in the armory. And so this is probably the first step, and hopefully the step that, you know, curbs any of the damages. Knowing who's in there, what times they're in there, it allows the computer to record who went in, what time they went in, and then these fobs can also be turned off by the computer. So if someone has a fob and they've lost it, or they've allowed someone to use it that didn't have permission to use it, if they didn't bring that fob back, it can be deactivated. So a lot of pluses to it.
Currently working on redrafting our armory agreements through my office, as well as consulting with Jen to make sure the financial component is up to the city standards, and then that will be sent through the park board and more than likely up to the city commission for it to go into the city.
So you're not ordering any fobs with this?
This package would come with 50.
Comes with 50.
50?
Yes.
Very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, there would be a couple that would be kept on side, but so that myself, Mike, and the city entities that would need access to the armory would have 24/7 access to the building. And then we would keep a couple back for events, and then the rest would go to people that were renting the armory for things such as practice.
And if my memory is correct, Kelly, and that these are programmable as to when that person is allowed access. So when they're issued, they're not 24-hour access.
It's not until they
So,
just bring them back. It's
yeah.
The only people that would have 24/7 access would be city.
So it's a very good control system, you know, and you know, we've got a very nice facility there, and we want to maintain it and not have to keep repairing things that nobody knows what happened. So,
I think when we do something like this, sometimes it gives the appearance that we're trying to be controlling of the facility and shut things down. Actually, we're trying to make sure that it's maintained. We've done some things in there the last few years to keep the quality of the facility up, and it is it's used a lot, and we want to still be able to do that, but yet maintain the kinds of things that go on. It wasn't long after we did some things, Mike had done some work in there, and some significant scratches and those kinds of things. If we knew when those happened, we'd have a way to kind of say what happened here. You know, it's an amazing piece of community property that we want to maintain, and this is in no way looking to be punitive. It's just trying to secure the facility and make sure we maintain it as we possibly can. So, and this has been a while that we've been working on this.
This was budgeted into the 2017 budget before I arrived here, and then for a variety of reasons, it
So it hasn't been placed in the 2018 budget, so if you so choose, I would ask that part of your motion this evening be to fund this, probably Rory up to $2,500 would be pretty safe, with current park fund cash balance. We already know that we've got a little bit of wiggle room in our park fund, but let's just use cash fund balance at this time to complete this project.
I moved.
Other question? Very good.
Authorize purchase of the door equipment. What's the name of the company? It's presented by Automatic Security in the amount of up to $2,500 from the Parks Fund balance.
Cash balance?
Cash
please.
balance.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
If I might, Mayor?
Yes, yes.
How long do you anticipate till we're
I
wheels are rolling
will
on this?
call Troy, I'll see if I can get ahold of him tonight. If I can't get ahold of him tonight, I'll call him first thing tomorrow, and I will report back to the city finance office on what time I'll
Just curious.
let you know. I wouldn't imagine it would be more than a couple of weeks.
Very good.
Very good.
Okay.
And then, since the media is here and that, it would be nice in that to have those people who are authorized and who do have the facility, signed up for, to be in contact with Jory. So when this comes in and that they're able to get a fob and be ready to go when the system is ready to go. So.
The other thing is, along the same line, Mayor, we're trying to make it as convenient for people, not just to pick up the fobs, but also to turn them in.
Yes.
So, some stuff will be forthcoming about that they don't have to run to the community center necessarily, but have some, perhaps somewhere here that they can turn them in, or into like an envelope, mail slot that they can turn right in the facility. So, at the community, at the armory, we don't want to make this burdensome. We want to make this as convenient as possible. So it works. Okay? Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Number 2, bid number 872, set the bid date for the LED lighting and appurtenances for the Madison Public Library. And I'll ask Brad if he'd like to address that, please.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. A while back, I was approached by the library board, represented by Nancy, the director of their library, to help them create a bid for new LED lighting at the library. As you know, they have metal halide lamps, I think 53 of them, ranging from 250 watt to 400 watt, and some of them in multiple enclosures, which are basically, it's a little easy bake oven down there. Mm-hmm. And the LEDs we have an opportunity with the LEDs to save a substantial amount of money, not only in the lighting cost, but on the secondary side, the
Repair.
Well, the HVAC cost, because the air conditioners run more or less from March through November. And so this is an opportunity to save a lot of money in two different areas, the direct energy for the lighting and then the secondary benefit of reducing the air conditioning cost. The plans are more or less together. We've got a couple little tweaks we want to finish up, but they're ready to go, and we can set this out for bids here this week.
Very
And my
good.
recommendation
The
is-
date is for March 21st at
Yes.
2 p.m.
Yes.
Questions or comments?
I'll make a motion to approve bid number 872, set bid date for March 21st at 2 p.m. for LED lighting and appurtenances.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Seeing no announcements, no executive session, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.